McMurray.
There we go.
I'm pleased to be back on this show.
Yeah, we're happy to have you back.
Thank you.
So tell us, how has the campaign been going since the last time you were here? How are things looking?
Yeah, it's been amazing. And I want to appreciate Canada for being what it is. The fact that I'm actually here running for this position shows the kind of good country that Canada is. Being originally an immigrant, some 12 years or thereabout into the country itself.
Right.
And also, I want to appreciate everyone, the overwhelming support from YMM Strong, from the people in Fort McMurray. It's been amazing.
Has it?
But it's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
And you never know how big Fort McMurray is until you have to knock on every door.
Right.
So it's been a lot of work.
Yeah.
But I think it's been rewarding. People recognize me. The name has been a good one. Funky, and I do the funky dance sometimes for people. And so it's been amazing, an amazing journey. I have a good team working with me. And I shout out to all of them and all my community. And generally speaking, it's been an amazing journey.
Yeah,
yes,
nice.
Yes.
Have you had a chance to sit down with any of the other people who are running for mayor or council as of yet?
Actually, yesterday we had, I was invited to RMWB Union, I think a debate or just to present our platform. So, of course, we've been running into each other. Most of the people running I've met.
Right.
Except for those who, of course, just declared this past week.
Yeah.
So it's been a great journey, meeting great people. And we have a whole list of great people running. So it's a tight race.
That's right.
And in the end, I'm looking forward to be one of the 6 that will be winners in this race.
Yes.
But overall, I've met a lot of amazing candidates.
Yeah, I think that what you just said is something good for the people at home, because I don't know if everybody will know that. So there's a few different wards, and it seems like most people are running in the same ward as you, Ward 1.
Yes.
And so how many seats does each ward get?
So for RMWB Ward 1, where I am running,
that's right,
it's 6 people.
Oh, okay.
So where people are home, you have the opportunity to vote for the best 6. I think we are up to about 20 people right now, but the best 6 is what we go. And then Ward 2, I believe either 1 or 2. The others are either 1 or 2 people.
Right.
And so that's how it goes.
Ward 6 is the big one, though. And
It's
that's
the
why
big
when
one.
you're seeing all these people, there's 6 individuals in total.
Yes, and that covers the entire city.
Right.
Up to Abasand, Gregor, Beacon Hill, downtown, Timberley, Teakwood. So it's...
And that's why it's so big.
Yes.
That's why so many people can be in there, because it represents a huge amount of the population in the community.
That's right.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
Yes.
So has your thought process changed in running since you've been on the campaign trail? Are you still have the same things that you're running for, or has your mind been shifted to focus on some other key topics in the community?
I think my platform hasn't changed.
Okay.
The key points that I'm running on, not only attracting people and great minds, great people, but the retention is where we have the challenge. And also I'm looking forward to addressing the reasons why more people are out of the city than those who are, being welcomed, the new ones.
Right.
And particularly we need to pay attention. The last census shows that we've lost thousands of people since the fire and the flood.
That's right.
We are down to 52,000 thereabout in the city itself. So why are they not here? That's my key running point. And from there you see the different issues that I think we need to address as a city. And when we do that, population itself has a ripple effect on the economy,
right,
on stability of our populace and things like that. So,
right.
But of course, I've heard other points, and they all corroborate or they support my view of why I'm running. So I haven't changed, just that I built more points on that, the main 4 topics that I have. Yes.
So while you've been door knocking, I think that's a great opportunity to talk to people in Fort McMurray, like firsthand. Obviously, that's where they're at, right? So has there been anything that you've heard over the last few weeks of door knocking that has been a surprise to you, that you didn't think people were really, that they didn't care about so much, but now you're like, oh wow, that is something that they're passionate about?
Yeah, I actually had an experience. I took a tour of Abasand about 2 weeks ago. Yeah. It's such a lovely place.
Yeah.
First, I didn't even know how big it is.
Right.
And then, but I also found out some issues of neglect, or seemingly so, in terms of the walkways. Some of the walkways are cracked, not well maintained, and some we don't even have proper walking trails. And so I saw myself firsthand what people really need. So this campaign has actually, my strategy in the campaign has helped me. During the last time I was here, I told you I started by speaking with my children. What do they want in their Fort McMurray? I did that with the students, some students of Keanu College, women, men. So when I came to Abasan, same question. And there's a lady, Sandra Legacy. And she took a tour. She's an amazing woman. And I saw some things that are really so important to. She was so passionate to show me the things that need to improve in Abasan. And that caught my attention. And I've also seen similar situations in Fort McMurray in general. So it's been an amazing journey for me. And I've been able to see some things that we can improve on, some things that you might not think is important, those like soft issues, but they add up to make people want to take a difficult decision to either leave or stay. Yes.
Okay, very cool. Yeah, you learn a lot by talking to people. There's no doubt about that. Especially but you said it's a lot of work to do what you're doing, knocking on all those doors, talking to all those people. So where do you find time to do that?
What I do is once I clock out, because I still work full time.
That's right.
In one of the oil sands, sync route to be precise. So once I close on Mondays, I don't go anywhere. I sort of refresh Monday evening, get myself ready, do some readings, listen to news and things like that, catch up with myself. And then Tuesdays I start, but mainly from Friday evening till I drop to sleep on Sunday. And it's been, I think that's also the best time you can really meet people in their comfort zone at the time that they are ready to talk, the time that they are ready to engage. And so from Friday evening so Sunday evening is my peak period of reaching out and touching and talking to people, and that has worked for me. And most of the volunteers in my team as well, most of them are full-time employees or business owners. So weekend we really get ready and we move.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So I'm glad you're just helping me dovetail through this conversation seamlessly. When it comes to your volunteers, how did you rally a staff of volunteers, and how do you manage individuals? Because I have no idea. I've never ran for politics before. So what is the responsibilities of a volunteer, and how did you find them?
So what happened is I've always been engaged with people. I've always had some friends and people that maybe I've touched their life one way or the other, or they've touched mine, and we've been friends. So I have what I call my core committee, the people who know everything, the intricacies, the secrets of my game. And then I have the larger group, the working group. And so it's easy for me because I'm not just making friends for politics. they have always been there for me, and I've always been there for them.
Okay.
So it was easy to get my team together. And also the larger team are people that I've worked with on one project or the other, or we still do, maybe in the community, maybe in church, maybe on the committees that I sit on.
Right.
So it was easy for me to, and people actually came to me to say I would serve. And I've met some amazing people.
Right.
People come to me and tell me, you know what, I'm going to help you in this area or the other area.
Right.
And it's mind-blowing what people do to support you when they believe in your vision.
Right.
So that's how it's been. And like I said, I'm not just making, like scouting around and trying to impress. These are people. These are the circle of friends I've had or supporters in my journey in Fort McMurray. So it was easy for me to find people who would work with me.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're at the part of the show called the Mac City Minute.
Yes.
You know what this is all about. Tanner's going to ask you some questions. Best of luck to you, Tanner. Hit her with the Mac City Minute.
Thank you.
Question number 1 for you today.
Yes.
What is one thing you would like to keep at the same in the council from last term?
That's a good question, Tanner.
Good question. I think they're close working relationship that I think I've noticed. This might not be all 10 of them, but I know that there are some of them that you can see that they work together well. I've seen, for instance, Jeff and a few other councillors that I see that they still get along, despite, sometimes they decide to vote maybe against a notion that somebody brings forward. That doesn't break their friendship or working relationship.
Right.
So I like that to continue, for us to be able to disagree to agree and move on and put the interests of the city at the top priority of our list.
Question number 2. What is your favorite story from your campaign for council?
He makes you think. He makes you think.
Yeah, I think the favorite story I have is somebody who told me my name sounds a bit funny and she would like to know the meaning of my name. And that got me cracking up, and I had to explain to her that, my name has a meaning, and most of our names in my original home country, most names have a meaning, and my full meaning is actually saying this is someone that you need to love and take care of. That's the summary of my name. And so I explained to her, and I told her, I hope you love me.
That's awesome.
I hope you support me, knowing the meaning of my name, and because I'm out there trying to support you as well. And she actually replied and said, well, you got my vote now, because I could have been angry or feel laughed at, but I turned that around. So there are different challenging situations that I've seen, but that end pretty well. And yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Question number 3 for you today. What is your favorite part of meeting all different types of people in Fort McMurray?
I think the favorite part is I feel not alone. Most people came from somewhere else. That's my favorite part. Fort McMurray is like the center for different parts of the world, a meeting point for different people, different cultures. And also when it comes to the profession, it's amazing the volume or the percentage of people that work in professional fields, engineers, doctors, different people running their businesses, successful people, and great students as well through my children. So I've met a lot of sports guys, football community in Fort McMurray, because of my son. So I met a lot of the football guys in Holy Trinity High School then.
Right.
And very connected. I mean, we have a lot of different people, different professions, and I've been able to meet a lot of folks.
Question number 4 for you. What is one thing about Fort McMurray that you think its citizens might forget about?
That they might forget about? I hope that we get to a point where we we don't remember the pains of the day that we all had to evacuate. I believe May 3rd, 2016, if that's correct, that we had to troop out of the city. That painful experience, I hope we can put it in the past. I hope we can all move forward by healing, by rebuilding, by restarting and moving on to happy days in Fort McMurray. So that's what I'm hoping we would all be able to get through and forget it and move on.
And your final question. How do you think being a site worker will help you in your run for council?
Well, I think it gives me a broader view, a helicopter view of the community. I live in the city. I work for the oil sands. I think the story of Fort McMurray is incomplete without the oil sands. That's the truth. Oil sands is what fuel the economy of the city, of the province, and even the country. And I'm also in the community. I live in the community. I relate with people, and I've also served in different boards. So I have the advantage of knowing how the oil sands impact the city and how we can make some changes to build a stronger community, because I live here. I don't just work in the oil sands. We have lots of people who work in the oil sands, but they reside in another community. So I see both views of the complete Fort McMurray.
And those have been your 5 questions.
There you go.
I survived the questions.
You did good.
You killed it. Good job. Great job with the questions, Tanner. That's
Thank
unusual.
you. Thank you.
So as far as your family is concerned,
Yes.
how have you felt the support from your children?
I think it's been great. My daughter is a community activist, so she loves anything to do with people, helping, speaking up, advocating for the people. Right. So she's right solidly behind me. Yeah. And she's my greatest cheerleader and also my greatest critic.
Yeah. Okay.
She wants perfection from me, and she would drive you to do the needful. Yeah. My son hasn't been around much. He's away in the university in the States, and he's not as outspoken or socially engaged too much, except for his circle of football men. Now they are no longer boys. Yeah. But even from there, he's constantly in touch and trying to know how I'm feeling. And he's very passionate and giving me emotional support, checking on me. How are you doing? How did the interview go? And things like that. So I have full support of my, I call them the 2 most important human beings alive as of today. At least in my world. Yeah. And then, of course, my larger community, my larger family members, all around the globe. The support is amazing.
That's awesome.
Prayers and support and Facebook engaging everyone. And so it's been amazing. I have the support of all the people that matters to me.
That's great.
Yes.
I love hearing that. That's awesome. All right. Well, we're at the end of the show. And at the end of every episode, our guests have the opportunity to do a shameless shout out or plug. So the camera's on you. You have the mic. Let's hear your shameless shout out or plug.
So thank you all amazing Fort McMurray people. It's been a great journey, and it's been amazing connecting with you all, hearing what I call what you want to see in your Fort McMurray. And I am so ready. I'm so ready, warming up to take on this new challenge and be one of the 10 that will lead Fort McMurray in the next term. I am going to be working for you. It's going to be a honor to serve you. And like I said earlier on, my platform hasn't changed. I believe we need to retain more the population, and we need to take care of the people who are already in Fort McMurray, rather than attracting and making Fort McMurray a revolving door. My slogan is, let's transform the city from a transient place to a home city. Before we can do that, we need to bring resources to the people who work so hard. We need to, ranging from the critical resources, medical and specialists, to things like stores. Teenagers need to be able to shop here. Women need to be able to shop here. We need to work on that. We need to partner better with our local businesses. We need to create an environment that makes them succeed, whether it's subsidies or making stores more affordable, grants, and support them. Generally speaking, the city can no longer detach them, should no longer see the businesses as not part of them. We need to work together to create stability for businesses in our city. That's why one of the reasons why I'm running. I'm also running to see how we can bridge the gap between the city and government generally and the indigenous community. It's time for us to work together to partner with our indigenous community, to respect and honor their experiences, and for us to ask questions, not push down what we think the indigenous communities need, but engage them, find out, and tailor the resources towards what will make the relationship better. We also need to partner with the oil sands. That's the natural resources that is God-given that we have in the city. We need to maximize the oil sands advantage. Some parts of the oil sands is still being done outside our city. We can create more jobs if fabrication, for instance, is brought here locally. The city needs to provide land or work together with the union and bring some of these jobs that can be done locally in Fort McMurray here. That's part of boosting the economy. I am running to see how we can all work together. Together is stronger. And we have different, like I said, different people here, different culture. But when we work together, we can build a stronger Fort McMurray.
There we go. Love it. Jeez, that was inspiring.
Yes.
Long story short. Well,
yes.
Thank you so much for coming on the show.
Yes.
I really do appreciate it.
Yes.
As I said last time, that seat is always open for you. Come back as many times as you want.
Yes.
And I wish you nothing but luck in this race for council.
Yes.
All right.
And
well,
thank you all for tuning in. It's been a honor to come here and air my view. I know by the time you're watching this, it will be maybe the final days to decision making. Please go out there, vote Funke, vote for me. I'm going to work for you. My doors are going to be opened, and I'm going to listen. I'm going to engage all through. My communication with you does not end with the campaign.
Right.
This is just the beginning, and I'm looking forward to working with the other great leaders. Together is stronger. The time for change is now, and I'm ready for the job. Thank you.
Love it. Okay. Well, Fort McMurray, Wood Buffalo, and the rest of the world, if you're not inspired, you are now. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. Have a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Peace.
Thank you. Vote Funke.